welcome to tonight's Solavei Scoop and Training. My name is Stacy Wallace, and excited tonight to be joined by none other than Ricardo Gloria, and very thrilled to know that tonight we got a really cool testimony from a marketing maverick that has had an epic November, and he is so stoked and excited about what's about to take place in December. So we're going to jump through the Solavei Scoop tonight. You should have gotten it in your inbox. If not, you'll probably get it this evening. Just check. Make sure if you don't see it, check your spam folder, your junk folder, and make sure that you get that because there's some good announcements in there that you want to share. Also, in the scoop every week, there's some really important links that you want to make sure that you tap into as well. So good evening, Ricardo, and welcome to tonight's Solavei Scoop.
Buenas noches, Stacy. Thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure to be joining you, and especially when we got great guests like Edgar. I'm excited. I want to hear from him, and I know that everybody's gonna get so excited when we get to hear what he's been doing and how he's been doing it, obviously.
Yeah, well, I really loved this week how you actually bragged on Edgar. You said, Stacy, look at this story, and you forwarded me a post. And honestly, I was so elated. We love hearing your stories. We love spotlighting your stories. So I want to encourage you, if you guys have an epic week or you've got something that's working for you, a lot of times you may be kind of down in the organization, somebody who just recently got started, or maybe your upline isn't doing as much as you're doing. Well, let us know. And the way that you can do that is just email us at info@teamsolavei.com and just brag on yourself. Tell us your story. Otherwise, post it in our Facebook community. That's facebook.com/groups/my team Solavei. And that's exactly what happened today. And Ricardo saw this story and was like, oh my goodness, we've got to have this guy on the Solavei Scoop. We want to hear your stories, and we certainly want to be able to brag on you and let other people know what's working out in the marketplace. So tonight we're real excited about that. But Ricardo, what we're going to do here real quick is you and I, let's bounce through the Solavei Scoop and let people know what's going on and why Edgar, they're going to hear in a little bit, is so excited about December. I'm going to let you take this first one because it's an exciting one. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stacy, I think we're all excited about this because we've been having such a great result with this $10 off your first 3 months that we're just glad the company decided to keep it till the end of the year. So I'm telling you guys, when we have this in front of us, and like we said last time, when we can save a family $10 a month, just imagine when there's 3 or 4 phones per family and let's say it's $40 savings a month, and there's 3 months right there. That's $120 savings that a family can have just because they jumped on the $10 off the first 3 months. So we're gonna have it until the end of the year, and by all means, let's take advantage of it. There's a lot of people that need it, especially after the holiday spending that a lot of people did here at the end of November. Everybody can use a little bit of savings, and there's the opportunity to catch up with them people and tell them that we're going to give them, $30 on each phone for the first 3 months, obviously.
Yeah, and I know that you guys all had. And let me just say, I forgot to say, Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We haven't had we had Thanksgiving since our last Solavei Scoop, and I know you all spent a lot of time with your family and friends, and hopefully got to eat lots of good turkey and hit some of the sales. Well, today is Cyber Monday, and there are folks that are shopping right now online. If you haven't already posted on your personal profile as well as your pages about Solavei's cyber sale, then you want to definitely do that. Let people know that this is a cyber sale. They can sign right up online. They don't have to go into a store. They don't have to fight the traffic. They don't have to stand in line. Plus, in addition to Cyber Solavei, they've also got an incredible list of phones. So they don't have to go out, figure out what phone. They can just sit down tonight, watch The Voice, and shop online with Solavei and get everything as a one-stop shop. So exciting things there. And I know that this is going to help a lot of families as well. Not only save money, but get some of their family and friends involved in Solavei as well. Now, tip of the week, I'm going to cover this one. Solavei 4G LTE. Many of you saw this roll out, and wow, it is so cool to have at the bottom of our pages, look there, fastest nationwide 4G LTE network. Obviously, we're very excited about Solavei LTE. The full rollout happened to all of our members at the end of November. That means if your phone is 4G LTE capable, your downloads and streaming should have gotten faster. Now, if you're not seeing the LTE on your phone, you may have to turn it on. You may have to power down your phone and power it back up. But also remember, not all phones are compatible with LTE. Get this, you guys. I just got a brand new phone. I love it. It's my favorite phone I've ever had so far. And it's an LG G3 or something like that. It's an awesome phone. It's got like this 16 megapixel camera, everything. I love it. It is super fast. But when I went to get LTE, I waited and waited. I kept telling Laura Wells, I don't know what's up. She said, do you have it yet? I'm like, no. And then I saw a day pass, the second day pass. All the members had it. Here I am, the top member in Solvay. I don't have it. I powered down my phone. It's like, what on earth? So I did a speed test. My speed test was epic. It was very fast. But you guys know what? My phone is a Korean phone. It is not LTE compatible. So I'm not that bummed actually because the speed is extremely fast. Sometimes it's faster than LTE. And you may ask yourself, why is that? If you're doing speed tests, you may be like, well, wait a minute, I'm on LTE. Does that mean Solavei's LTE is slower? Actually, no, it doesn't. What it means is that all of these LTE phones now are on LTE networks, which is great, but it also means that they're all competing with the same data speeds, right? So every now and then you may find that you even get faster speed switching over to mine calls it H plus non LTE speeds. Today I've been finding that truly to be the case. But LTE on most phones is going to give you a much faster speed. So just watch that, look for it. If you don't know how to do a speed test, Google it. I loved the fact over the last 2 years we had people on AT&T, I mean on iPhones and AT&T phones specifically that only read 3G. And they were like, well, I thought Solavei was 4G. Well, interestingly enough, that was a marketing deal with AT&T, with Apple, and they would not release the 4G on those phones. So even though you were getting faster speeds, according to a speed test, they weren't releasing the 4G icon to be on the phone. So just always know everything about your phones, everything about these networks. It's marketing, 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 marketing. The best way to know if you're getting your best deal is do those speed tests. See how fast your phone is running. And you know what? If you're finding that it's not running to LTE or the fast speed that you need, then power down your phone and make sure that little LTE sign pops up there. Ricardo, anything you want to add there?
No, Stacy, you always do an awesome job. I think more than anything, if you have an LTE phone, just like you say, go in there onto the settings because we've had a couple people on the feed come back and say, I haven't seen mine yet. Go on the settings, and a lot of times, especially on the Apple devices, you got to turn it on. Just go ahead and turn on the LTE access, and then on the Androids, when you go into the mobile networks, there's always a little box that you need to check to allow the LTE because it is faster speeds. It says to be that it can make your battery go out a little quicker. So that's why it's an option that you gotta turn on. And just look for that. And I'm pretty sure that if your device is LTE capable, you're gonna be experiencing those speeds like we are now. So we love it.
Yeah, and that brings up another point, Ricardo, that I think folks, we've learned more about the mobile industry than I think any of us ever fathomed we would. We don't own stores. I mean, I know we've got retailers out there, but I don't own a store. I've never owned a store. I've never paid for any online marketing or anything like that. Everything that we've done has been through viral connections, whether online or belly to belly. But one of the things is we have learned so much about how to use our phones and how to maximize our speeds and how to be able to get the most out of our experience. And one of the things is, a lot of people go through a month really quickly. They go through so much data and they're like, I don't understand. Why am I going through so much data? And they don't know how to have their phone appropriately set up. And that's why we've created the Solavei community. You can go to support.solavei.com, go into that, what we call the support community, type in your question. How do I How do I decrease my data usage, for example? And find out that, man, things like turning on LTE, having the brightness of your screen turned up all the way, they suck. I'm sorry, that's actually energy from your phone. The LTE is going to suck the data from your phone because you're going to be whipping through and utilizing a lot of data. And just remember, it's all a part of marketing. Now, remember, most companies, they want to sell you bigger data plans because they realize that that's where they make more money. Now, data is very, very expensive. So, on those things, we want to teach you how to conserve money, how to conserve energy, and how to conserve data. Knowing that you're going to use it, it's awesome. Know how to use it. So, a couple of things. Again, here's a little energy tip throughout the holidays. If you don't want to run your battery down real quick, don't have the brightness on your screen all the way up. Turn it down a little bit. That'll conserve a little bit of energy and a little battery usage in your phone. Same thing with your data. You know what? If you're leaving, I would have my apps only downloading on Wi-Fi. If your apps are updating, I'm sorry, updating. If your apps are updating while you're shopping, guess what? You are sucking up your precious data when you don't have to. You don't care if those apps update while you're shopping. Do it when you're on Wi-Fi. Do it while you're at home. Do it when you're sitting at a Starbucks to update and to download all of those things. All right, let's move on to the Cyber Monday. 60% off Solavei gear. Ricardo, one of the things I love, you are such a huge brand advocate. Why 60% off? We know what the prices have been there at Solavei gear. They haven't been cheap because the clothes there aren't cheap. They're really, really, really high quality, great clothing there. Why should people take time right now to go to solaveigear.com and take advantage of this Cyber Monday?
Well, branding means a lot, Stacy, and it happens to us, the ones that have the branding on us every day. It happens all the time. Remember, guys, that a lot of times we already did the hard part, the hard work, which is telling people about Solovei. So there's always somebody out there that has heard about it, that knows a little bit about it. Maybe the seed's been planted, and they just never spoke to the person that told them about Solovei again. So when they see you branded, they're gonna come up and say, "Hey, what is Solavei exactly?" Because I think I've heard of it before. So definitely take advantage of this 60% off. Last time I know we had 50%. Now it's 60%. I'm telling you, I got on there and I saw some of the shirts and some of the stuff that's on sale, Stacy, and I just couldn't resist. It's incredible how much money we're saving to get branded. And remember, guys, you invest a little bit of on branding anyway, and it's gonna take you a long way. People are definitely gonna have a something to ask about your clothing or the brand. So definitely conversation started, and let's take advantage of it and share your pictures once you have your goodies on your gear. Let's share it on Facebook and tell everyone that now you're also a brand partner that wears the brand as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm looking here at the list of folks. I just want to say a quick shout out to a couple of folks. I mean, we've got a ton of folks on the call tonight, the webinar. Billy Cruz, I just want to say a huge shout out to you, man. I know this week you had some great stuff going on, and I just want to give a big shout out to Billy Cruz, who's somebody that's been behind the scenes working diligently. Looking here, Barbara Warren, I just want to say a huge shout out to you. Now, Barbara is probably our biggest road warrior in Solavei. I've never met anybody that will get in a car and drive more than Barbara Warren. I just want to say a huge kudos to you. I mean, serves in the military, and she was waiting and waiting and waiting for her commanding officer to release her so that she could go to the leadership summit. Of course, she was a part of it last year. She's been a part of so much. I just want to say a huge kudos to you. I saw your registration go through for the leadership summit, and a big shout out to you for continuing just to lead by example. And I know that one of the other people that is a real brand ambassador, of course, is Joe Sylvie. He's always out there supporting the brand. I don't know if you guys have ever seen pictures of Joe Sylvie's salon, but she's got Solavei flyers. She wears her Solavei shirt. She's got Solavei banners. And I just want to say a huge shout out to Joe Sylvie as well. And all of you who are utilizing the brand in your other areas of life. Some of you, you're full time with Solavei, but the majority of all people, this is something you're doing to get free mobile service or to make a few extra dollars on the side. And so branding is real important, especially as we go through these holiday seasons. Now, this holiday season, um, connection, goodwill, and initiative. Christmas is such a powerful time to give. And Solavei is powered by relationships. And one of the things I love about Solavei, when Solavei first opened up their offices, and on the wall it talked about connection, goodwill, initiative. Connection is all about being powered by relationships. Goodwill is making life better for many. Initiative is never letting someone else step in the place of what you could be doing too. And so Solavei is this Christmas. They're about giving back on December 12th. A number of the Solavei employees, they're going to be taking the day off, going down to Northwest Harvest, which is Washington's statewide hunger relief agency, and they're going to give back to their community. But beyond what they're doing, if you guys have ever met our staff up in Bellevue, we got a lot of huge-hearted leaders up there that are just, I mean, they're always doing something to give back. They're a part of various runs and cook-offs, and I see parties all the time where they're raising awareness for different things. And this is something that they wanted to do by getting out of the office and truly doing good for their community. But they want to challenge you to do the same thing. And throughout the weekend of December 12th to 14th, they want to see pictures of what are you doing to give back. And many of us went down to Mexico. We took time to go support what's called the School of Champions down in Mexico. There's a number of us. If you don't have something, and we want to encourage you, get out in your community, do something there locally, be a part of what your community is doing. If this Christmas you've been thinking, and I know there was a lot of Christmases where we said, man, I wish there was something that we could get our kids involved in so that they could think about something more than what's the Christmas present under the tree for me? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? We wanted our kids to always be thinking, what am I going to give? And some years we went into catalogs from various ministries, outreaches, World Vision, Children's Hunger Fund, and we'd go through the catalogs and we would do goats. And my kids got goats for the kids over in Africa. They got chickens, and we had a really good time with that. But then this year we wanted to do something different, and Tony Bowie and a number of other leaders, Donna Wirch, a number of us went down. Joe Silva went down with Gary Craig and others to Mexico to see firsthand what can we do. And we came back with a goal to raise $12,000 to help these kids get electricity, sustainable electricity in their school, so that eventually they could get computers and really be able to get out of the poverty. I mean, they're living on the dump. They're literally picking through trash to get food and to just make their houses of cardboard. You guys can see there, when you go to the link, we have it posted there in Team Solavei. But this is just one way that you can get your family involved in initiatives. Obviously, when I go back here and I look at connection, goodwill, initiative, just like the members of Solavei corporate are going out into their community, identify something. Because here's the thing that somebody once taught me, a very powerful teacher and actually a very, very successful doctor from India, um, sat at our dinner table one night, and she said, one of the things I found out, this is about 2007, she said, Stacy, I find that your family, you and Larry and your kids, you give a lot. And she said, but you're forgetting that you got to have a give and a receive cycle. And so if you're all about giving and you don't have an outlet for receiving, because we were 100% nonprofit, we had started a nonprofit organization, shut down all of our other businesses, semi-retired, and she said, that's not good. You need to have an inlet for receiving and an outlet for giving. If you don't have both of those going at the same time, you'll eventually become like the Dead Sea and you'll become stagnated. So I challenge you, if you're looking at yourself and saying, wait a minute, I'm stagnated, I'm not feeling the inflow, or maybe I'm not feeling the outflow, look at both the giving and the receiving. Are you doing your part in both? And I love the fact that the company is helping remind us of that. Well, another fun thing is the holiday ornament contest. Ricardo, game on, buddy. You're always about painting your face and painting your truck. How about painting an ornament for Sullivan?
Well, I tell you what, Stacy, you see what Claudia likes to do, and it's painting and the kids and doing the decorations and even artwork at the house, and I think I'm gonna leave that up to them. Maybe we keep my face out of the way this time, but definitely, if anybody out there, get artistic, get creative, and definitely get your ornament decorated, posted, on the Solavei Facebook page. And I don't know, we haven't talked about exactly what, but you could win a prize. So definitely get in there and take advantage of it. I think that when we participate and we can actually get to experience, it's just fun. And as long as we're having fun, and on top of it, we get a prize, well, even better. So it starts December 8th, and so we got a few days to get ready. So let's get it on, and let's start showing our ornaments. I know there's a lot of people that are really good with creativity, so can't wait to see all of those.
I can't wait either. We one year we did the pumpkin contest, and that was last year. This year we recognized the pumpkins, but it wasn't a contest. And now we've got the ornament contest. So I can only imagine what we're gonna see over here in the post. So make sure that when you do it, that you also go to the Facebook page. Obviously, the one with the most likes is going to win. So getting it in early helps because you get to gather more likes the longer it's posted there. So go ahead and get the ornament contest in. And don't forget, make sure that you get your Sullivan story posted as well. We certainly, like I said earlier, we want to hear what your story is, not only through Facebook, go ahead and post it there, but also um, email us your testimony of what happened, like in any given week. Tonight you're getting ready to hear a testimony of a gentleman named Edgar that's just having an epic month, right? Well, we want to share those stories with you. We're going to call these the marketing mavericks, those that kind of color outside the lines in order to make things happen. We call it the purple cow ideas, the pink poodle, being remarkable, not being like everybody else, but doing what you got to do in order to get results other people only dream about. You're going to hear about that in just a second. So make sure you hashtag Solavei story and let us hear what your story is. Now, I want to jump over real quick before we bring on Edgar. You guys are going to love his story. To remind you that this month, you get that discounted ticket. Now, the early bird tickets are gone. Those tickets are over, and now we are into the discounted tickets. They go up on January 1 to 275, but you can still get the discounted ticket, not the early bird ticket. Those are gone, right? The discounted ticket will be available until they're gone or until December 31st. So make sure that you get in there. This is going to be an unbelievable, life changing event. And here's what I want to tell you guys, it's been really cool because this link has been shared in social media. We've got folks that are coming to this event. This is focused, and the strategy behind it is specifically for our Solavei members. We've got folks that are coming saying, can I come? I'm not a part of Solavei, but I want to be at this event. And the reason is because they've heard about the life change. They've heard the testimonies of what people are leaving. Ricardo came one year kind of wondering, am I going to do Solavei? Am I not going to do it? Should we go all in? They were with another network marketing company. They came to this event locked in 100%, said, this is where we want to be. They created lifetime relationships at that event. Same thing happened with Laura Wells and Jeremy Wells, Aaron Wolf, and I could go, the list goes on and on and on. In fact, of all the people that have ever come to this event, we've only ever lost one person out of these events who ended up going to another company. And unfortunately, it wasn't a really great story for them. They ended up leaving that company and getting out as well. And so now they're just kind of floating. But of everybody that's come to these events, everybody we've locked in as tight bonded family members. Now, if you want to ensure the solidity and the validity of your team, get them to this event. The only way you will understand it is if you're there. And we are going to be creating relationships. We are going to be having some amazing team building activities that you may wonder, is this fluff? Is this a kumbaya session? Is this just a bunch of emotional hype? No. And to be honest with you, I don't have time for that, and I know you don't either. And what it's also not, it's not just a bunch of business tactics that you can get on any Weber or go Google. What you're going to get at this are some incredible, not only life lessons, but you're going to get some incredible teachers training in depth. I had a talk today with some of our speakers at this event. You're going to be blown away at their authentic, transparent stories. Last night I was with watching a friend of mine, Les Brown. Now, many of you guys know I traveled with Les and Zig and those guys for a number of years. And one of the things that Les is doing right now is he's teaching people how to talk like he does. He's 70 years old. Well, I remember 2 years ago, I talked to Les. Les was in a slump and he was going through kind of times of his life where he's trying to figure out, am I going to stay in the speaking industry? You know, what's really cool is in this event, we're going to teach you how to be a better communicator. We're going to teach you how to have that 30-second pitch. If you were on Shark Tank, are you believable? Are you trustworthy? Are you really clear with your come across? You're going to be able to apply it not only to your Solavei business, but to every area of your life. You're going to be able to see that we're going to have an intensive goal setting session. We're going to talk about building team culture. Yes, we're going to talk about sex and business. You're probably going like, what? You're going to just have to come to hear about that topic alone. That is my topic, and I am so stoked. Larry and I are going to cover that together, the Big Bang Theory, and I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but it will cause you to rethink your business strategies. It will cause you to rethink your marketing strategies, and it will cause you to rethink your relationships. So make sure that you get registered for that right away. Go to you guys can go to staceywallace.com/summit. We're holding it there with all of the updates and that Team Solavei has had. We just haven't gotten it on that page yet, and we've just gone ahead and kept it here. But this is going to be an incredible event to build your business and to build your life. So make sure that you go and do that. Okay, you guys can check out the upcoming Solavei events at teamsolavei.com/go/events. But now we are going to jump over. Ricardo, are you ready for our special guest, buddy?
Oh, I'm excited, Stacy. I'm ready.
I am too. Well, I am going to unmute Edgar. And I tell you what, I'm so excited about this. Edgar, welcome to tonight's Solavei Scoop.
Thank you very much, Tessie. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Ricardo. And I'm very, very excited to be here.
Well, before Ricardo takes over and asks you a few questions, can I just ask you, where are you from? What is your background?
Okay, I'm originally from DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zaire. That's a French country in Central Africa.
I kind of thought that. I was hearing a bit of a French accent and I wondered. It reminded me, the only thing I know French is bonjour mon petit poisson. And I think that's hello my little fish or something like that. My
Yes,
kids,
that's correct. That's correct.
is
You
that
got it.
correct? Well, there you go. Well, welcome to tonight's call. Ricardo, I'm going to sit back and completely enjoy this interview. Take it away.
That's awesome. Edgar, welcome. And it's just an honor to have you and to have the opportunity to talk with you and to be able to listen to your experience and what you've been doing, Edgar. I'm glad Stacy got to ask you where you're from. And, you know, she's always got those surprises up her sleeve. She's always talking German, Spanish, and French, and, you know, God knows what else. So definitely welcome, Edgar. We're excited. I read your post, and I want to clarify something here, and I think you're going to agree with on this with me, Stacy, when he said, "I'm not a dealer, just a regular brand partner." I'm telling you, my friend, you're not a regular brand partner. When you're coming on board and you're coming with more than 20 customers in 1 month, that's not a regular brand partner. That's a superstar in my book, and that's why we wanted to congratulate you. We wanted to welcome you into this webinar and have you share what are you doing, Edgar. I know you've been with us for 19 months, so it's not like you're hitting your warm market. It's not like you're hitting your friends and family. What exactly are you doing? And please share a little bit of knowledge and wisdom tonight with us.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. From what I want to say, actually, what I'm doing, I've been watching all of you, all the leaders. What I'm doing, I'm mixing everything that you're doing. I'm on the I'm on the feed like you, Ricardo. I'm online. I'm trying to talk to everybody, but I'm gonna share with you exactly what I've been doing lately. Um, but before I start, I would like to say, before doing any business, because I have a little bit of background in network marketing actually. Before I do Solavei, I used to be in a network marketing company, and actually I was in that company for 3.5 years old, 3.5 years. And if I tell you, I was making just $15 every other month in that company, but I stayed for 3.5 years. Why? Because I believe that I could make it. And I would say that because I was just a few minutes ago I was hearing Stacy about the Unstoppable I'll say tour or project, and I would say that convention or gathering like this, I would say it's oxygen to this kind of business. Convention is really oxygen to this kind of business. It helps you open up, learn a lot of things. And myself, like I say, I've been studying most of the leaders here in Solovay. I've been here for 19 months, but every day, I always go to YouTube. I type Solovay, and then click on the search, and I check to what somebody posts today. A video, even if it's a 1 or 2 minute video, I always watch. And I would say that I would like to hear, publicly thank, I would say, Iman Mitchell, because I've been watching his video from the beginning, and I would say about 35 to 40% of my success is because of Iman Mitchell. I would say because I learned how to write ad from his channel on Craigslist, Facebook, and others. And I've been learning a lot of stuff here. But just to be short, because I have a lot of stuff to say, but just to be short, I'd like to share what I did for the last 2 months actually to hit my 515. Um, the main thing I would say that what I did on Facebook, it was to register with local yard sale. This is very important. Yard sale groups actually on Facebook. I did it. That was the very first thing. The second thing I would say, I know most of the people doing Solovay, they are doing Solovay maybe part time, meaning that we do have a job. So that was my second thing. I had to talk to my wife, tell her that, hey, listen, honey, we have to make money, you have to, I would say, you have to invest to make money. To make money, you have to invest first. So I told her, for me, I believe that Solvay is a vehicle that God gave us to reach that financial freedom. So I said to my wife, we have all these bonuses, all these promotion going on. I said that we can make the most of it. So the first thing, like I said, was to register on Facebook local group. The second thing, I said that I'm going to invest a little bit for my paycheck. I'm going to invest a little bit for my paycheck, and then to buy some phones, actually, and then to try to be able to sell a little bit some phones, because you can buy some phones. I see some people, they've been buying 10, 15 phones, but they couldn't actually sell them. So you have to look for a platform where you can sell it. Most of the time I was selling it on Craigslist, and then but I would say Facebook for me is the best way, because on Craigslist somehow you don't really get connected with the customer. In here, I would say I remember in one of the calls, Laura Wells talking about that, get connected on Facebook. So what I do when I share, when I go to a local group, I pass my ad, and I always have the customer or the potential customer to send me a friend request, because I want to make sure that I get in touch with them all the time. When I do my posting online, at least they can see it, and then they can trust me for that. So that was the second thing. And the third thing, yes, it was buying phones. And the fourth thing, it was I register with fatwallet.com. Actually, fatwallet.com, I saw it from a video from one of our brave firefighter, Ryan Floyd, I believe. He made a video about Fat Wallet, because it looks like that's a system that can let you know when they have a promotion in different stores, like Best Buy, Walmart, or others. So, so I've been mixing all of, all four tactics actually uh, to get this promotion. It took me 1 month and 15 days to make the Fab 15. And what I would like to say, because when I saw, I'll say, when there is a material, you always have to study it. When they send the new compensation plan, it took me 2 days to study it, and then I say, okay, because I had a very small network. On that time, I believe I had like 25 or 26 people in my network. But I say, okay, what can I do to reach those positions? So I check in my network. I see that there was somebody who needed about 3 or 4 people to hit brand partner. So I said, okay, I talked to him. I said, okay, I'm gonna try to help you out, get to the brand partner, and then and that's how it went. I don't know if you have any other question, or if you want me to keep going.
Well, Edgar, you got me taking notes, buddy. So, I know everybody's is commenting on Facebook and doing the same thing. I tell you, Edgar, what you just shared with us, it's absolutely awesome because this is what we want to hear. I know that after being in for 19 months and you going, through everything with the company, anybody would have said, well, I don't know, I'm gonna wait. It's just another special. But three things that we got from you is one, you look at the opportunity and you see, it's better than ever right now. Obviously, talking to your wife and saying, do we want to sit out and watch this one, or do we want to participate and take advantage of the special that the company is giving? And then the last thing also, wanting to invest, willing to invest a little bit of your paycheck into devices, and wanting to get connected with what everybody's doing and just duplicating. That's key right there. So obviously, Edgar, that is the reason you're enrolling all these people on this month. And if I recall on your post, you said I'm planning on beating my own record in December. And I'm already telling you, with the momentum you're gaining right now, with people watching, and with all the knowledge that you're sharing, you just keep implementing what you're doing and sharing with your people and teaching them exactly what you're doing. And I don't have a doubt in my mind that not only you're going to beat your record, but you're going to have a lot of people on your team doing the same thing. So definitely duplicating, and willing to do a little bit of investing is going to take you a long way. Do you want to wrap up with anything real quick, Edgar?
Yes, I forgot one thing that's very capital. In anything that you do, you have to know. They always say that. I heard Stacy say that so many times. You have to know the reason why. I'll tell you quickly my reason why. Now, like I say, I came from Africa, from Central Africa, and I've been here in this country for 70 years. My father, he asked me because I was doing engineer. He told me, okay, where do you want to go? You want to go to United States, Germany, or Japan? Because those are technology country, I would say. I say, well, I look English, German, or Japanese. I say, okay, let me go to the English because it's easier than the other two languages. So I say America. But I came here. When I came here, my goal, I said that I have to do my best. The reason why I wanted to retire my father. My father, he's a chemical engineer. He worked for a company for 30 years. Next year he's gonna turn 70 years old. Of course, he retired for the company, but as you know, even here in this country, this is the most developed country in the world. But even people when they retire, you see 2 or 3 years after the retirement, they always go back to work because the retirement money is not enough. So now you can just imagine over there in Africa, it's underdeveloped country. You retire 30 years after. So my father, he was obliged to be like a consultant. Now he's a consultant, but he's still working, but not like before, of course. But my main goal is to retire him. That's my reason why. That's my long-term, I would say, reason why. Why I'm doing this is to retire him. Of course, I also want to quit my job and also have my wife quit her part-time job. So the reason
Well,
why is the main thing. That's the main thing. That will
thank
keep
you.
you that will keep you motivated, that will make you have to be persistent, you have to be constant, you have to be active. You have to be active because sometimes, like last night, I was talking to Bob and Warren. I was chatting with Bob and Warren. I said last night, for example, the last guy that I signed up, it was at 10 p.m. at a Walmart parking actually. But you just have to work on it, and you will do it. It will come. If you keep working on it, it will come somehow.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Edgar. And it's just been great having you. And I know that you keep doing this on the month of December. I wouldn't be surprised if we have you a couple more times so you can share with us the experience. And I'm telling you guys, persistence and consistency is definitely going to pay off. Edgar, once again, after being with the company for 19 months, if anything, he could have said, I'm taking it easy, or I'm just kind of sitting back and watching. He decided to take action, and not only that, but decided to take on a lot of the stuff that the leaders were doing, and just making his own mix. And I'm telling you, when you make your own mix, it's just a little mix sometimes where it's gonna take you, a lot farther than you ever been. Stacy, I think I'm done. It's been
Yeah,
awesome. I know we can keep
that
talking to
was
him, but
awesome. Edgar,
take it
you're
away.
amazing. I'm going to ask you real quick before we bounce off. If you would do me a favor, go into Team Solavei Facebook community and post those points. You had three specific ones, but then you added one at the end. If you post those in the Team Solavei, I know folks would love to have those. They can revisit them this evening. I love the fact that you've had network marketing experience, because if you've been in network marketing for any season of time, you know that failure is just not an option. You just keep finding, you got to become fluid like water. You find the cracks and you seep through them. You find a way, you become fluid, you bounce, you get back. You realize that this is the time of year when people are setting resolutions, and that you've got to begin to resource yourself. Right now, this is one of the biggest times of depression and frustration and stress that people go through as well. So the difference is, what are you resourcing inside yourself? I love that Edgar was saying, I constantly go in there and I'm looking at videos. What he's doing is he's resourcing himself. He's filling himself up so that he's able to go out. And that is why he's able to be so hungry. I call that a marketing maverick. Normal people go with the flow, do what everybody else is doing. They stay inside of the boundaries of what seems to be the norm. And the norm this time of year is that people's sales go down, they get depressed, they kind of try to figure out what happened, why didn't my year end up like it should be. But a marketing maverick, they think outside the box. I'm looking at his post on his Facebook page, and he's talking about it's 2015, it's time to be setting your goals. That is why, like the leadership summit in January, why you guys need to be a part of that, so that you start thinking differently. So you start thinking like a marketing maverick. You start thinking like a professional direct seller, and you start getting the results of that as well. Edgar, I'm stoked. I'm excited that you're going to share those with everybody, and certainly excited about one of the things I want to say, and why I want guys like Edgar at our events like this. This is a once a year event we do in January. Your first year, you come, you sit and watch, because it's all about you. It's all about you coming and being touched, being changed, being inspired, being motivated, being challenged. The second year you come back, and that's the year where you're going to be a co-captain. You're going to come alongside one of our coaches, and you're going to help facilitate some of the team building activities. You're going to help facilitate some of the mentoring that goes on at this event. The third year you come back, and this year we've got a lot of third year veterans. They're going to come back as coaches. That means that they're going to take a team on. They're going to be the ones that are going to help coach that team. Now, we're going to have the general sessions of training in that. But as a coach, you get to have hands-on leadership experience, learn how to become a better communicator, learn how to use your leadership skills. Edgar, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, like Ricardo said, that you are one that we're going to hear a lot more from in the future. So kudos to you. Congratulations, Ricardo. Way to pull him out and spot. I'm gonna call you no longer, you're not Strawberry Man. Now you're Eagle Eye. I'm gonna put that on you, that you are going to scout that community and find us the best stories each week. Guys, be posting your stories in Team Solavei so that we can hear them, and so that, like Edgar, you can share your secret sauce with everybody else. All right, Ricardo, anything else you want to share before we go?
Well, Stacy, I just want to emphasize on the summit. You know, anybody listening tonight that hasn't listened or hasn't heard of it, or even if you're not able to make it for whatever reason, share it with your teams because I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. This is a life-changing event, and like Stacy said, it's not nothing to do with SIM cards or phones or nothing like that. Yes, we have an agenda. However, you know, most of the time it's just amazing what happens and how we can see so many people's life being impacted right there on the spot. It doesn't even take days or weeks or nothing. It's on the spot, and it's just a forever, you know, changing, life-changing experience. So definitely make whatever you need to make possible to make it there in January. And I know that we're not far from our limit. So definitely get your space in, you know, get your special, bring your partner or whoever you want to, you know, join you, and you're not going to regret it. It's going to be definitely a great experience. So we'll see all of you guys in there in January.
Yeah, and we've posted that. We've pinned it at the top of the Team Solavei Facebook group. So if you're wondering how to register, it's the pinned post at the top of the group. You'll see that wacky picture of me. You know, I was spinning that day like a disco ball around and around. And somebody, kudos to whoever it was. I think it was Aaron Wolf that snapped that picture. But if you zoom in, you will see the look of, I don't know what that look is on my face, but we certainly had a great time. And so go into that post. That's where you can register. You will be very, very glad that you did. And we look forward to having you there. Again, thank you so much, guys, for being a part tonight. Make sure you take advantage of the December incentive that's continuing all the way through December. Get your fab. Follow the leader in Edgar. Make sure you're resourcing yourself. Watch the videos. And we look forward to seeing your face pop up on all of those fab announcements. Thank you, Ricardo, for being such an incredible leader. And we look forward to being with you all Thursday to hear, and we're going to hear from you so that we can take in your voice to the corporate meeting Thursday, our team huddle, where we take in your Q&A, and we really open up on Q&A on Thursdays. That is Thursday morning. Again, go to teamsolavei.com/go/events to get the phone number there for the team huddle on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. All right, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season, Hanukkah season, whatever it is that you celebrate. Make sure you do it with passion. Good night, everyone.